It's not da-da-da-da,
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
da-da-da-da,
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
da-da-da-da.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Great. Perfect. Okay, lesson number 2. That was such a great success, the first one.
It was so much fun, and I'd love this time for you to help me conduct the 4 most famous notes in music history. Da-da-da-da.
Everybody knows these notes, but I don't think anybody fully understands how difficult they are to conduct. It's one of the most terrifying beginnings of any piece of music. Herbert von Karajan said he had to conduct this 100 times, Matthew, before he felt comfortable. I've conducted it about 100 times. I'm still not comfortable.
Surely it's just da-da-da-da.
You're quite rightly thinking that it starts on the beat. So ba-ba-ba-ba, like a triplet, so that those first 3 notes are in the space of a beat. That's not what this is.
Da-da-da-da.
No, you're absolutely wrong, Matthew.
Da-da-da-da.
It's even less intuitive than that. I've got the score here. Can you see there's a quaver rest at the beginning of that?
Oh.
There's a quaver rest. So we're actually conducting in the space where nothing happens. Before anything has happened, the conductor gives a downbeat, and then the music is 3 quavers followed by a minim. So it's actually ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. So it's after the beat, you go 1 and 2 and 1.
What time signature is this in?
This is in 2/4. However, it's 1 beat in a bar. So normally 2/4 would be 1, 2, 1, 2. This is a very fast 2/4, allegro con brio. So we're thinking 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can see how there's 1 beat in every bar.
So to slow this down, it would be like ba 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 ba.
Exactly. Exactly. You beat into silence, and you just have to trust that the orchestra will be there for you to play those first 4 notes perfectly together. And with a big orchestra, it's one of the most terrifying beginnings of any piece of music. All of the information that you need in terms of the tempo, the attitude of the music, the intensity of the dynamic has to be there in your preparation into that downbeat. We talked about the plane last time. So with your kind of hands on this imaginary line in front of you, and then you have to give an upbeat and then a downbeat. And that is the first impulse that the orchestra read, and then they play their 4 notes after that. Try and start the piece of music, and with the wonders of digital technology, I will sing what I see. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Great. Perfect. Now take your hand away. Ba-ba-ba-ba. It works. Okay. So we've navigated the first 2 bars. This is very impressive. The thing is, that's the first 2 bars. And the music stops on bar 2. It actually goes ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Do you just keep the baton down?
You keep the baton down. You can hold a sound by doing anything, but the idea is that you either stop moving or you move very slowly. You can just hold the beat down and the orchestra will continue to play a long note. And that means that you have to then give another upbeat to give a downbeat so that the orchestra start again. So bar 2, for example, ba-ba-ba-ba, you have to do another upbeat into bar 3, ba-ba-ba-ba, and then you're at the extra pause, and then you're into the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Now, the problem with that is that your upbeat can easily look like an impulse to play for the orchestra. And then all of a sudden, half the orchestra's playing, half the orchestra's not. The amount of times that I've seen performances of this, rehearsals of this, where it's just been a complete free-for-all with everybody playing at different times. It's so incredibly common. And you never really, as an ensemble, feel comfortable playing the opening of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, is the truth. Now, the other thing, though, that we're missing is the attitude. A certain intensity, call it anger, call it fear, call it suspicion. In your face, can you convey the intensity, the slight anger of this beginning as well? There we go. Now I'm getting a good atmospheric feeling. Ba-ba-ba-ba. That's great. That's an even more forceful downbeat. You're kind of got a gavel in your hand and you're banging it down as if to pass judgment on something.
The fluorescent green hammer of fate. That's why it's a permanent marker. The important thing to remember is that Beethoven's Fifth Symphony starts not as da-da-da-da, but as da-da-da-da.
Yes. It does change it though, doesn't it? It changes the direction of those 3 notes into into the long note.
It doesn't skip along into them.
Yes.
It really drives into them.
Yes, it drives. Absolutely. It does. It's inevitable where they're going to go. That's right.
And then we have the fermati, the pauses, which we hold the baton down for.
It's the stop-start nature of this that makes it so difficult. Have sympathy for the performers next time you see a live performance of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, because you'll understand how hard they're working up on stage, especially the conductor on the podium.
Thank you very much. I can't wait, and I'm sure everybody else can't wait as well to get along to a live performance of any sort, including Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, once we can.
Yeah, me too. And next time, let's do the Rite of Spring. Matthew, how about that?
I would love that. Sounds like level 1,000.
We'll crank up the notches. I think you're ready. I think you're just sailing through this repertoire now.
Thank you so much, Ben Northey. Talk to you next time.
No worries. See you later.